Hello friends, welcome to this channel Knowledge Point. I hope that you guys are enjoying our previous videos, the videos on the paint sector as well as the video on IT sector companies, right? If you have not seen those videos, please check the links attached to this card, and also please do not forget to check the description box so that you can go back and see our discussion on paint stocks, which paint stocks to buy and which IT stocks to buy right at this moment. Now in this video we're going to talk about Nestle or Hindustan Unilever, which stock is better at current moment, right? So we are going to run a full screen. We are going to screen on different parameters, and we are going to talk about which one to go with. So you know that these are the best FMCG companies that we have in India, and very often we are a little bit confused about which one to buy. Either we go with Nestle or Hindustan Unilever. You know that Nestle and the stock price is around 17,000. Hindustan Unilever you get about 2,000, 2,500. So many people think that Nestle is a very high cost, high price stock. So maybe I should be little bit far from buying. But believe me that you should not make your decision based on the stock price, but you have to see about the company, the fundamental parameters, how the company is doing, and then only you should go and buy any company. So when you talk about any companies, whether it's a FMCG company, whether it's IT company or paint or banking, you need to decide which are you going to focus on, whether you buy a company based on P ratio, whether you buy a company based on ROCE, operating profit margin, revenue growth, or net profit growth. Or when you want to compare two companies, let's say if I compare Hindustan Unilever versus Nestle, so how do I compare these two companies based on what parameter, right? So am I going to just take a look at the revenue growth and see that the company which is performing well, I should buy that, or the net profit growth, or the ROC? So in this discussion, we have basically compared so many different parameters, starting from P ratio, return on capital employed, operating profit margin, revenue growth, net profit growth, debt to equity, interest coverage ratio. What about the institutional holdings, and so many parameters. So deep, and we analyze all these parameters, and then we are going to give you the result. So let's get started. So first of all, we will start with the first parameter, and that is 3-year sales growth. So you can see the company name here, three, okay, Hindustan Unilever and Nestle, right? 3 years sales growth for HUL is 9.78 percentage, for Nestle it is 10.1 percentage. So the company which wins with this parameter, okay, it will get 5 point, and the company which loses will get 0 point. So clearly from 3-year sales growth perspective, you see that Nestle wins the race. So we give 5 point to Nestle, right? Now I go to the next slide, and the points will be added up. Okay, so if I take a look at the 5-year sales growth, you can see Hindustan Unilever 7.88 percentage, and Nestle again 10.3 percentage. So therefore clearly Nestle win this race again. So therefore the total point for Nestle will be 10 points, and HUL is still 0. But please do not be obsessed. Okay, please watch this video till then, because there are a lot of surprises waiting for you guys. So you have to watch this video till the end, so that you know which one is better and how they really score based on several factors. Next, 3 years profit growth. Hindustan Unilever 16 percentage, Nestle 19.3 percentage. Again Nestle wins, therefore it gets 5 point, and HUL gets 0. So total point will be Nestle 15, Hindustan Unilever 0. If I take a look at 5 years profit growth, again you can see Nestle is much higher, 18.8 percentage compared to Hindustan Unilever 14.4 percentage. So therefore again Nestle will win and therefore it gets 5 points. So total point is 20 points for Nestle and HUL only 0. So it has not able to start yet. Operating profit margin is very interesting. Both the companies, they have currently 24.5 percentage operating profit margin, therefore 5 each. And we can see the total point, right? 5 points for HUL and 25 points for Nestle. Next, 5 years operating profit margin. 5 years operating profit margin, HUL 22.5 percentage, Nestle just 0.1 percentage higher, 22.6 percentage. So therefore again Nestle wins, therefore 5 points, and the total points will be 30 for Nestle and only 5 for Hindustan Unilever. Next, ROCE, return on capital employed. There's a huge difference between HUL and Nestle as per the current result, right? So 39.2 percentage for HUL and 139 percentage for Nestle. So there is a huge difference. So therefore, clearly Nestle will get 5 points, HUL will get 0. So you can see the difference is becoming larger and larger. But please be patient, you have to watch till the end. So 5 points for HUL and 35 points for Nestle. Next, 5 years ROCE, 5 years return on capital employed, 74.4 percentage for HUL, 78.9 percentage for Nestle. Although Nestle wins in this case also, but the difference is very marginal. So total points 40 for Nestle and only 5 points for HUL. Now ROE, return on equity. This is 1 year ROE, right? So 29.2 percentage for HUL, 106 percentage for Nestle. So it's a huge win for Nestle again. So guys, up to now it looks like Nestle is a great stock, right? So because the total points for Nestle is like 5 times higher, 45 for Nestle and only 5 for HUL. But wait, as I said, if you wait further from this point onward, you will see what is going to happen. 5 years ROE, 5 years return on equity, 53.8 percentage for HUL and 53.5 percentage for Nestle. So here HUL, it now started winning 5 points. So total points 10 points for HUL, 45 points for Nestle. Next, debt to equity. HUL is a debt-free company, zero debt. Nestle, although it is very small, but the number is higher. So therefore, we give 5 points to HUL and 0 point to Nestle. So 15 points total for HUL and 45 points for Nestle. Next, interest coverage ratio, higher is better. For HUL, it is 93.7, therefore much higher compared to 17.3 for Nestle. So HUL wins in this case, therefore 5 points, and the total point becomes 20 for HUL and 45 for Nestle. So you can see how it is, the game is turning, right? Next, inventory turnover ratio. So how fast they sell the product, okay, how fast the turnover is. So for HUL it is 6.33, much higher compared to Nestle, only 3.81. So again HUL wins, so 5 point goes to HUL, and the total point for HUL is now 25 and Nestle is static at 45. We go to next, cash conversion cycle. So how fast the companies get cash, okay. HUL, it is negative, that means it gets the cash before and they even sell the product, right? So it is advanced cash basically, minus 9.57, and Nestle 57 days. So HUL wins in this case, so 5 points, therefore the total point for HUL becomes 30 and Nestle it becomes 45. You can see the gap is becoming very closer and closer. Previously it was very high difference, like 5 points for HUL and 45 for Nestle, 9 times higher for Nestle. But now you can see the gap is almost becoming negligible. Next, percentage of FII plus DII holdings out of total free float market capitalization. That means if you take the total market capitalization, then you subtract the promoter holdings, then you get total free float market capitalization. Now, out of this free float market capitalization, we calculate how much is holded by FII plus DII. So for HUL, it is 67.27 percentage, and for Nestle, it is 54.35 percentage. So uh, institutional holdings for HUL is much higher compared to Nestle. Therefore, HUL gets 5 points and Nestle gets only 0. So the total points for HUL is 35 and for Nestle it is 45. Next, this is probably the last point, the current PE ratio of these two stocks. If you see HUL, this is 69.3, for Nestle 79.3, and we know that lower the PE, better we are, right? So therefore we give 5 points to HUL and only 0 point to Nestle. The total point becomes 40 for HUL and 45 for Nestle. So here we are. So you can see that both the companies, they're almost uh, very much equal to each other. And as per our analysis, Nestle is scoring 45 and HUL is scoring 40. So clearly it seems that both the companies are leader in the FMCG category. But if you want to make a slight difference between these two companies, I would say probably Nestle is a little bit better compared to HUL. But that again depends on the parameters that we have checked. Okay, all these parameters that we have showed you, these are based on current data, okay, as of July 2021. But maybe later, maybe after a few months, or maybe maybe next year, the parameter may change, and we may have to do the analysis again. So thank you all for watching this, and I hope that you got some idea about both the stocks. If you like this video, if you think that these results are interesting, you please subscribe our channel and keep on watching our other videos. Thanks a lot.